the people is completely forgetting that we are human, that we are persons, that we are people that is feeling, that needs people around with good feelings to grow up together, or everyone wants more money. That's a true. You need to choose the best way to have this, to create this money.
Hi, Ricardo. How are you? Great seeing you. Let's jump straight into the conversation because I want the people to get to know you fast and just to avoid all this like, oh, this is my channel, so subscribe. I'm going to do it later on. I know you already as a CEO and as an entrepreneur, and I decided to invite you for this interview because I think that people are going to be fascinated hearing about what you have to say about running a business. So I'm going to straight ahead go and ask you, can you introduce yourself to people who don't know you like I do and tell them what do you do, who you are, in using 3 sentences?
I'm so very excited, and it's very complicated. 3 sentences. I can say that first of all, I'm a father. That's the first point that I want to explore because it's a very important thing for me. My kids, I'm a father for 3 kids. I'm a professional, and finally, I'm a passionate for the entrepreneur, for the business, and finally for the production. That's the point.
That sounds
It's who
interesting.
I am.
That sounds interesting. And I think that's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need. I will ask you a few questions. I really wonder, like, what do you think about that? The whole journey of entrepreneurship as a professional has so many dimensions, and it's so big. And I want to break it down a little bit. What is success to you?
Amazing question. That's amazing question. Well, first of all, I think that the success for people is very complicated and different for the people. I was watching an episode from your YouTube channel, and the people say it's the money. The money is very important. Yeah, the money is a kind to measurement the success in the life. But for me, the personal growth, I think that the most important thing is, first of all, the family. Family for me is the center, is the core of my life. It's very important, my kids, because I think that if you don't have anything to give to the people, and not just the external people, your family, your first circle in your life, you don't have anything to do, you know? So for me, the first of all in the success is to have health and a good family. If you are good yourself, you have the opportunity to have another kind of success. For example, professional success, the money success, the income success, and all of this stuff. But if you are not with you, if you think that you are a bad person, or constantly you are saying yourself bad things, no, the negative stuff, you cannot, or for me, you cannot have an success in another issue. You need first of all to have this success with you, with yourself. So the success for me is the core of my success is my family, is my health. If you don't have health, you don't have anything. And I'm happy. And to be happy, it's very important. If you are happy, you are a success person.
I love your answer. I really do. I wonder to what extent you believe it's possible to have some or all of those successes that you mentioned. Like, is it something that can happen, or do we need to choose certain or only certain one or only certain few?
Oh, I think that everyone wants to be success in everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Sounds
everyone.
good, right? I was like, yes, everything I
Sounds
want.
great. Sounds great, but in the fact, in the reality, it's impossible. I think the time is the most value resource in your life. So if you understand that part, you have 24 hours a day to try to have the success in everything. So maybe you will, maybe you are a very 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 disciplined person, and you say, okay, 2 hours for the gym time, 2 hours with my kids, 2 hours working hard and focus on my office, ta 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 ta. But really, it's not possible because you can control your time. So I think that the people needs to choose what is the best success for them. If you want to have a better relationship with your family, if you don't have kids, maybe with your parents, maybe with your partner, you need to sacrifice something. Or not sacrifice, it's just let it go. You need to decide. The life, the key of the life is that you need to decide what
Mm.
do you want in between two roads. So I think that it's very complicated to be successful in everything,
Mhm.
but you need to decide in which issues do you want to have next real success in your life. For me, it's my family, my health, and my happiness. For me, and the money is in the second level. But if I don't have a lot of money in my 40s, right now in my life, I say, well, it doesn't matter. I am 40. I have 40 years old.
Oh
If you ask me 20 years ago, I would say money, 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 money.
no. What in which phase or in which then stage then that it started shifting that instead of the priority of having the financial success, the money specifically, or and other things maybe like the feeling of succeeding or the feeling of being the leader, and when did it started to shift? Or was there a specific situation or a specific age? Just like
Yeah,
what happened? Tell us.
both a specific situation and a specific age. So when I was 33 years old, the age of the Jesus age that the people say,
Uh,
uh, I I asked myself, what do you want to do in your life? This is the line. This is the next stage precisely. What do you want? What do you want in your life around you? And what is the relationship that you have with the profession and the money? And a specific moment in my life, it was when I was in a course, taking a course with a friend, and he called me in the scenario, and he talked about the future and a lot of stuff. And in this moment, I said, okay, that's a great point, a great sentences. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was like an insight, a pound in my brain, and I said, okay, yeah. And in this night, I was thinking a lot. I was thinking in my dreams. I was thinking, and I said, it's moment to change, like you said, switch my mindset to have a better life for me. You say, oh, I'm not younger more, so I need to have a better. You need to be carefully with your decisions because it's very different. You don't have 20s, no,
That's
without with
definitely true.
with
Like you
other
said,
kids.
the time is the only asset we have, and we should use it wisely. Yeah. And every year and every decade it passes, you feel it, and you want to be careful. And I like even like the phrasing, you should be careful with the time you have. So cherish it. Yeah, it's definitely something, right? There was something that I really liked about how you phrase it, that it's actually was really great rephrasing, because a lot of people ask like, what do you want in life? And this question is really big. I want everything. I want money, I want success, I was stable business, I want to see my kids, I want a wife, I want to have good life, I want good communication, there are so many things. But you phrase it in a certain way, and I don't know if you noticed, but you said, what do you want around you? And
Mhm.
actually, this rephrasing and this refrain is like literally close your eyes for a second and like look what kind of life you want to see around you. Do you want to have the house, the wealthy house, or do you want to have the kids? What do you see around you? And not just like what do you want? And I love that. Like you said, we want everything, but the question, what do we see around us in the future? That's the thing that matters the most.
That's exactly the point. Maybe you have a reason. Maybe it's not just want, if not, what do you see in the future around you. That's amazing. That's very important, and that's a point. Your life is a very complex. Doesn't matter if you're living in Romania or in Israel or in Mexico or in the United States or whatever. When you are a baby, it's very complicated because you don't have control. You know, you are depending on from for your parents, and if your parents are a bad persons, you die. That's simple. You know.
Simple life. You.
And maybe you are not conscious of that. But after, when you are growing up and you are a teenager, the teenager is, I have two kids in the teenager phase or stage, it's very complicated, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing is good. Nothing is good. And after, when you try to do the things by yourself, I remember when I started with a business, you don't have any protection. You don't have any protection. If you're good, you will be success. But if you are not, or you are learning about the life, you will fail. I fail a lot of in my business, you know. So, and it's very complicated because you say, well, why I'm not success if I'm doing the one, two, three, the ABC, all of the stage that I'm doing. But unfortunately, or lucky, you have these moments in your life to learn more, and you never stop to learn in your life. I'm learning about you. I'm learning about these people that is working around me. I'm learning about my kids, my little kid, my little daughter. I'm learning about the all of the people that I'm watching. I have around it, and it's very interesting. You think that if you're older, you're do you have more knowledge? But yeah, it's true,
Little did we know.
but in the same time, you don't know a lot of things. You don't know a lot of things, and that's important for in the life. For this reason, I say that it's complex. The life, the entire of your life is complex. If you try to do simple, it's very easy. You can live under a bridge and to be a homeless, and that's matter. You don't have any problem. You don't have people. You don't have family. You don't have debts. You don't have money. You don't have income. But you are living like in the past. You know. But no, it's very complicated life.
I think there are definitely different definitions maybe to the word simple, but I definitely see yours because simplicity is definitely sometimes lack of wanting things in life. And even if you want something very simple, like, oh, for many people that seems like a simple one. What I want love, it's simple. But here we go. Yeah. Or, oh, I just want to have a job. For some people, it's simple. It's just a simple thing. It's a simple thing. You just go and you do whatever work you're supposed to be doing. But nowadays, it's no simple because there's emotions and there is a will and there is conflict of interests and it depends on the money and locations and there are so many things nowadays. So the word simple literally
It's
starts having
complicated.
different definitions nowadays. Yeah. And
Mhm.
if you want nothing in life, then definitely you will end up with nothing. Yeah. Then you will not
I,
have no headache, no problems, no
yeah,
complicity, no decision
yeah.
making. Everything is good. You're right.
So there's two futures. One of them is the success of your action, and
Hmm.
the another hand you have the fail. You know, you are failing the action.
Yeah.
And what's happened? Well, you have these two options. That's the result. Not there another one. There's just two results. So if you have a dream, take an action. If you have success, very good. Continue in this line. But if you're failing in your dream, not not means that your dream is you know is bad. It's trash. You need to change something in the strategy to create this dream. But the people says, okay, if I don't have result in my first round, I lose it. and I will try another thing different. And there's a lot of people that is doing and doing and doing different things and doing different things, and they close their eyes and open again, and they have 60 years old, and they
True, but I used to be
die.
one of those. I used to be one of those. I didn't fail. I was just never succeeded, and boom. I mean, like I was doing businesses and I was doing that
Uh,
and I was doing that and I was like failing a little bit this and then I would lose interest here. I was that person, yeah. I think it's also kind of maybe, yes, it is. It was fun. I mean, like, I'm sorry to say, maybe it was stupid as well, but that was
no, but
part of it. It was a huge part of the taking
But you have an align, right? You
the
have an
what?
align you have an align. I said you are here right now. Well, I met you, I don't know, 2 years ago. I don't remember, but you have an align to work. If you say me tomorrow, Ricardo, I want to be a doctor or veterinary or chef or something like that. I said, okay, you are starting this part of the YouTube channel and creating an interview, and after you want to do something completely different,
Yeah.
that's strange. That's weird,
I
right? Or
know, I
not?
know. Actually, and you're right, really, by the way, it was definitely one of the biggest mistakes that I made. It was that I was not just shifting direction to my dream, my goal, but I was shifting completely different industries. I was literally in so
Mm-hmm.
many industries that eventually it was not leading me to the dream. But I was still doing that because
Yeah.
back then I didn't know that the clarity. I didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
clarity. I couldn't be committed and being determined because I didn't know what I want. I want everything. I wanted back then everything. And like you said, the understanding what kind of things you want around you, what kind of success you want, what kind of success you're going to be actually wanting for your future, seeing it
Mm-hmm.
clearly. I I didn't know. I was just like, oh, that looks fun. I think I want to learn how to do that and to make money out of that. And I'm going to be good at, and I was. And I was making money out of it. Then it was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
another thing happened, but eventually it didn't bring me to anything that what I was calling success because
Mm-hmm.
it was not the success that I was
Mm-hmm.
looking for. So yeah, but I was definitely one of those people.
Here in Mexico, we say, esta es la buena, no? That means like, this is the, I don't know how can I translate it, but it's like,
It's like, yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
okay.
I'm going and I will put everything, my energy, my money, I will be invest. And after, in the first round, when they say, no, it's not for me. I will try
The
another thing
passion,
again.
the
Yeah.
fire goes
Yeah.
up, goes down.
It's like it's like man, you need to have more time. Maybe you are doing the right things, but maybe you have the wrong direction. I don't know. And it's very interesting this part, because in my mind I have a structure with a goal, a final goal. Maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe 1 year, maybe 10, maybe blah blah blah. But I need to have a goal, because if I don't have a goal in my mind structure,
Mhm.
it's different, obviously, which another people. But in my mind, I said, okay, I need to have a goal, because if I have a goal and a picture of the goal, I can run to the goal. If I don't have it, I feel that I'm running in circles. And
Well, that's again, I get it. Because exactly this was one of the things that I learned is that right away, why do I call this business successful? Because my goal back then was to open a business. It was
mm-hmm,
not to have
mm-hmm,
a successful business. It was not to gain X client. It was not to grow to X revenue. It was literally, I just want to open a school. And I did. So I succeeded. So it's
yeah.
definitely was one of the milestones of me understanding how to build goals. And it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
something that I do like urge majority of the entrepreneurs to think, because even if we do look at the short-term goals or long-term goals, eventually it is, what do I want? It's a very big question for many people. It's very difficult to ask because sometimes we don't know. We just want to do. We just want to have money. I just want to have a happy
Mhm.
family. What do I want? I don't know. I just want to have a very nice communication with with my wife and to have time to do my business. That's all I want. How?
Mhm.
Oh, here's the goal coming in. So you know what you mentioned before that you were saying about in the beginning when you were still the young entrepreneur, the young business owner.
Mhm.
What was your support system? What helped you to continue with this grind?
Ah, I think that I just have a gift. It's never give up. That is my
Mhm.
gift. I in my life, I had I broke some businesses. I have very bad moments, but I don't know why. I don't know why, but always I say, okay, that's a terrible moment. That's the worst moment of my life. I'm here. Yeah, I'm walking in this moment. So I just want to have an option. It's up to another kind of life. I learned a lot of things about the how can you run your business correctly. But I never give up. And I think that is my unique gift that I have in my life. So this is the support that I have. Support. Because I can say no. I can say no. I always say, do it. Take an action. And if I fail, doesn't matter. you know, I have
Then you
a
know, Mhm.
yeah, tell me.
No, then I have like a sequence question, if that's okay. Then in which situation when you think, like at least I do need sometimes people that's gonna slap me out of my delulu a little bit. Who is that person that helps you, or maybe not a person? What do you do, or who do you go to in order to someone slap you in the face for a second and bring you back to the clarity that you know is there inside?
Um, I don't have a lot of friends, or I don't have this kind of friends that have around me from years and years and years. So the friends, no, neither. Uh, I don't know. It's a very great question. I think that I would. I don't. Not. It's not a person. I think that my slaps from the life. It was my own failures. Something in my life is happening bad. Something in my life is like, what is happening? I'm not good. I don't feel good. I don't feel good with my job, my clients, There's a voice in my head that say, Ricardo, Richard, you are wrong. Or I have the same voice says, okay, you are in the correct way.
I think you are the person, yeah, like you said correctly. I think like it's actually the best person to call you on your own bullshit because no one else gonna call you out on your bullshit. And when they will, we will resist and we will say, no, you're wrong and you don't know and you don't understand and blah, blah, blah. But only us sometimes can call
Mhm.
ourselves on the bullshit that we are actually in. What do you think is misunderstood about you as a CEO, as a business owner? What do you think that people don't see, don't know, or misunderstanding about you?
Oh, that's very deeper questions. Um,
Yeah, we stopped with the questions of what do you think success is? I do want to address now a little bit your vision generally as being a CEO, being a founder, being an entrepreneur, and specifically about you as well. Uh, what do you think is misunderstood about you as a CEO, as a business owner? What do you think that people don't see, don't know, or misunderstanding about you?
oh, that's very deeper questions. Um,
Yeah, we stopped with the questions of what do you think success is? Mhm.
I think Well, I'm a marketing professional, so I always try. I will try, but sometimes I don't have a lot of time to upload my social media and all of this stuff. But I will try. And the people, when the people watch the social media, think that everything is okay and perfect in my life. But it's just the people don't know about to have a business or about to have an entrepreneur uh, is, in my case, that all the problems you need to solve it. I need to solve all the problems, all the problems, all the problems, all the problems. And it's very complicated. I'm going to the gym for one reason. I have a workout every day because I live stress for for a lot of issues. So if the team B is not working in the time that we need it, I need to resolve it. I need to talk with the client. I need to talk with the team, the leader team, and if I don't know. I'm stressed on a lot of things with my family. I think that this equilibrium is the the most important thing. So for this reason, I'm trying to go to the gym to have my workout because I'm a free and in this time I can expand my mind, and to think a lot of the how can I resolve it. So I think the people don't know is when you have in a business or when you are trying to run in a business, you will live in stress every moment in your life. And if you don't have the capacity to understand this part, and if you don't find a way to don't have more stress in your life, you will broke up. So there's a lot of nights that my head is running and thinking, how can I resolve? And I can sleep, for example. I'm here to say, I want to sleep. I want to have my rest, but my mind is, and I said, oh man, I want sleep. Please, today I want sleep. So I say, Alexa, play sleep songs, please. And Alexa says, okay. uh, and it's very complicated and difficult, and the people don't know about it. The people don't know about it. My family, my kids don't know a lot about it. They are sleeping, but my brain is ta ta ta, and it's tired. It's very tired this process because you don't have a good rest in your life. So it's very complicated. But I try to resolve with my daily workout, to drinking water always, to try to have enough pure, in my body. But I think that the people don't know that that's this part.
I think it's a crucial point that you're mentioning here because people do think it is stressful and even leave it, but they don't understand to what extent. And I'm so grateful for your answer here because the feeling of stress that majority of entrepreneurs will maybe agree, the listener, is that to what extent we can feel it, especially in the beginning or the moment there's certainties are not going in the way it's supposed to be certain. There's a
Mhm.
lot of stress about it and around it. Um, what is the biggest toll it took, that stress? What is the biggest loss you experience because of this stress?
My family, no. When I was working in government, I was very, very stressed, and I was very, I was a different person before that this happens in my life. So I was a person like, and I say, I was went to have the control of everything point in my life.
Mhm.
So for this reason, I think I know I I have therapy after all that, and the conclusion it was this stress broke my relationship with the mom of my kids, and she decided to to go with my kids another place. And I have it was very complicated for me this stage of my life, this part of my life, because I understand that something inside of me it was wrong. That's a slap, a very very sad and a strong slap that I received. Uh, and so I'm start to be inside of me and say, Ricardo, what are you doing wrong in your life? Because if you are alone right now in this moment in your home and you have kids but you don't have it, something in you inside of you is wrong. Something in you need to work it. So the stress, this part of the stress, because if you don't have this line to have an limit, uh, you need to put on a limit. That's my office, that's my work, that's my job, that's my stress job. And this is my family, this is my home, this is my time with my friends, this is my time with my pets, this is my time with my wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, you know? If you don't have this limit, this line, and you cannot watch the difference between one and the other one, you will broke your relationships. Because it's very complicated to be with someone that is stressed and arrives with you. Imagine that you and me taking a dinner or something like that, and arrive with a nah, Maria, it's very complicated. This guy, that blah 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 blah. Nobody wants someone that just have this kind of stress. Nobody. So I think that is this the that I lost my family. That it's for the stress that I had, and I put in my life the different and a different plan to have a better life. And unfortunately, I recover my kids, and they live with me, and I can watch them grow up. But I was, in certain point of my life, I said, well, I need to have more kids to try to understand the life in my in family, to have my family. Fortunately, I have it, so I live with them, and but it's really different. I'm a different person, so I think that is the words that I lost for the stress. So I'm trying to don't stress, to don't have the stress. And if I have the stress, I'm going to the gym, bam, 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 bam. I do my work, and run. As I do everything, and after I take a wash, and I said, okay, I'm good to go with my family to home. And yeah, I'm free from stress. I think right now I have a stress, but not the same levels that I have in the past.
I see it wasn't easy, and I really appreciate that. And I'm sure that absolutely everyone who will hear this episode will appreciate your no filter CO in this moment, because it's definitely being underspoken about. And you put something so big on the table that I really hope that many people will start noticing a little bit more. This is also my purpose as a coach, to help them to see that. But I think the way you spoke now is the most visible and authentic, and the slap in the face that maybe sometimes people need to hear. And I love that you've done the work and the therapy and addressed that issue, and you know what to do now in order to keep the balance. But I wonder, what were the signs, the before? Did you, like, if you could give one or two signs to other people that maybe in that stage, what were the
Mhm.
signs that if you would see them now, and another entrepreneurs will say, and slap them maybe a little bit just to direct them a little bit more? What will
Well,
you do?
first of all, I think that when you need to put in a percent your time, yeah, of the day. For example, you have a 100% of time in 24 hours. If you if your percent of time of work is more of the 60%, it's a red flag. When you spend more time in your job than in your family. When you have 60% time of your time working, it's a red flag. Why? I know that there's a lot of people that say, no, man, you're wrong. You need to have a 100% thinking in your business to grow up. For this reason, you are living in Mexico and I'm living in blah, 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 you know? I know, I know, I know, I know. Myself, I was thinking this part in the past, but precisely, I lost my family because the percent that I have in my time thinking in the job and the dots and the blah, 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 it was more. So I think that if you put in the balance the time that you have in the day, you can put on a 40% in your job. Focus perfectly. The 40% of your job. Bam, 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 bam. You need to have, that's another point. You need to have a percent of your time for yourself, enjoying that. If you like the video games, okay, put in a percent of this part of your time enjoying the video games. If you like playing soccer, football, or whatever sport, do it. If you want to swim, do it. This is your time. There's another one. If you are not enjoying that you are doing or running your business, get out of here. Get out of there. Get out of faster. And the moment that you are not enjoying, for example, that you are story, that you are success and that, but you say, again, another thing again, you need to run another to try another thing. Because if you are not enjoying, you are consuming your time and yourself. And just there's just one person that it will be suffer in the future. You. I think that we are not for suffer. We are here for enjoying our life. That is just in a moment. 60 years, 70 years, 80 years maybe. And you die. It's simple. It's simple. You will die, and I will die. But enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy my job. Enjoy my life. Enjoy my business. And if you don't enjoy this part, you need to have a change in your life. Man, you will die tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I hope not. But you don't know. You don't know what is happening tomorrow. So if you don't know the future, you need to enjoy this life in this moment. If you are not enjoying this moment, you can enjoy the future, please. The future does happen, and the now is happening right now.
What is a quote or a sentence that you think you repeat in order for your business to succeed? What motivates you? What sentence, advice, or a quote you heard that you think changed your life or you love and you believe in the most that you want to share with us?
I have literally, I have a phrase that I repeat every morning. A sentence that it says, because I'm working with my relationship with the money in this last 6 months. I don't remember, but I was working in this relationship because, I'm a person that I want to control everything, and I'm learning that I can control everything. It's I will be shy. Uh, uh, it's the money flows into me in abundance and flows, and I use it for a major proposal. The money is a tool, and the money having a proposal for my wellness. No one wants to pay or enjoy paying things. But I said, okay, no, I'm not paying a dove. I have my wellness. I'm not paying a food, for example, a dinner or something like that with my family. I'm creating happiness moments with my family. And I say, I'm not working right now. I'm creating a wellness future for my family. And it was, remember that when we talked the last time, you told me that the chain of my mindset is like in a knives in a machine. Do you remember that? Well, when you say me that, I was thinking in this parallel of time, maybe 1 month or 2 months, I don't remember. But every day I was saying, the knives, machine, you can change this like this, no? You can change this and put this another one. And I say, I will try it. I need to try it. And I said, okay, I need to put something in my mind that repeats again, 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 to change this and put this. And I change my knives. And I using it. And I'm using it right now. That's a part of the that you say me, and I'm trying to do the best for me, and the best version of me from my job, from my family, and from myself. And I'm very happy with this, enjoying that.
I think it was a very good mantra, a very good sentence. It was a very good one. By the way, I'm not kidding. I it is just the second recording, third recording that I'm doing. I really love how it changes, and I really want to have more things like that, really, because there's so many podcasts and there's so many conversations about success and business advices and what is the biggest struggle, which is very general. But first of all, I'm very, very thankful that you shared and open up like this. I know it was like it, and really it is touching and connecting because those things are the greatest mind changers for other people, I think. And for you, even saying it out loud, you understand it more. So it has internal impact on you. And I hope it's going to be also a huge part of your healing because because it is. It's saying those things out loud. It's admitting your mistakes or admitting a certain change, a certain shift. So it's definitely whoop whoop, like really, because
Thank you.
it's painful to put your previous traumas, your personal things and the control and the lack of time and the lack of controlling the time and all of this. And especially, like you said, by the way, stress is the biggest issue. It is the biggest issue that I see. And you're super stressed. You don't have time. She needs you, blah, 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 clash, 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 and boom, and everything is gone. And eventually it's kind of like no one's fault because you were working. It's not like you were playing computer games and just lazy. You were working and working partially for them. You were working to create the money, the wealth for them, and the not understanding how to do it in the best way possible, where she can put the boundaries, how she needs to communicate it to you, when to slap you in the face a little bit, when you need to put boundaries to her a little bit as well. This whole thing is a big issue, and I really want to address that part. Very happy that you're going to the gym every day and you have like the stress release and you understand to what extent it's important now.
Yeah, but maybe it's not just the gym, This kind of exercise that you are doing or with the people, with the CEOs, I think that is very interesting because you're right. A lot of podcasts talk about the how can you grow up your business? How can you make more money? And the last 3, 4 years, I was listening to this podcast that the main message is, you want to get a $1 million? You want to have more money? This is their tips. This is the way. This is the secret to have this kind of. So I think that the people is completely forgetting that we are human, that we are persons, that we are people that is feeling, that needs people around with good feelings to grow up together. Or everyone wants more money. That's a true. But the way that you take to have more money, it's very it's necessary to watch that you need choose the best way to have this to create this money.